The seed is planted and the terror grows. Welcome back to another episode of Invasion Potty Snatchers. I'm your host, Vincent Green.
I'm your host, Noel Tui.
And this week we're going to be talking about the menu, the Ralph Fiennes and Anna Joy Taylor, who's in everything nowadays.
You know what? My heart sank.
Horror. Yeah.
My heart. I love. There's like 5 actors have ever existed that I'd love to see in everything. And as great as she is, she just doesn't quite make. I'm just like, oh God, is it legal? It's like Samuel L. Jackson, like 15 years ago. It was illegal to make a movie. 15 years
ago, he's still in movies all the time.
All the time. But you remember, there was no escaping that fucker.
I can't blame him in a lot of ways because didn't he start late? Like, didn't he have he got into acting late? So like,
yeah, he was probably in his late. He was probably like in his 40s in Pulp Fiction.
It's like Hugh Jackman, like, you know, I could totally understand him like making loads of movies because he didn't break into the main screen or mainstream until he was like 40 or something, because he was like in Oklahoma or something. And that's how he got spotted, like on stage. He was like a song and dance man, like, you know, as Kevin Smith calls him. Kevin Smith calls him, like, Hugh Jackman, he's a song and dance man.
And then he was Wolverine.
Yeah, that's how he got the job, like, you know, because like what happened was Dougray Scott, who was doing Mission Impossible 2 at the time, was he played the villain in that, and it ran over, and he missed out on the chance to play Wolverine in X-Men, and Hugh Jackman was the backup, and he got the part instead. And that's literally how you got Wolverine. Like, totally off topic, but like,
which is definitely everything got to do with
the menu. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. That was just for starters.
Well, Wolverine has blades, and they're like utensils, and people use utensils in kitchens, and the menu's like, yeah, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it around.
We're just trying to amuse boost you.
I don't know.
There's going to be a few of those. Again, just for starters.
Oh my God.
All right, come on. Talk to me.
Yeah, so like, so do you like? You said your heart sank with Anna Joy Taylor's in this.
Actually, she's a fantastic actress.
Savage actor, yeah. But
she is. She's a really good actress. She's a really good presence. I just feel
lots of stuff now.
When somebody's in too much stuff, I find it hard to jump in.
Yeah,
I very much feel the production team there. Yeah. I can sense them there. You know, the director and the cameraman, and which is fine. But you just want that kind of to be taken out of it a little bit, you know. So just saturation. That's the only thing. Like, I mean, I think Gary Oldman might be one of the few guys that's just like, I don't care, just put me in stuff. Gary Oldman's that good, you know.
That's because he looks different in everything, so you don't know.
And that's true as well. Yeah.
It's like, you're telling me that 75-year-old Asian man was Gary Oldman?
Yeah,
of course he was.
Somebody said, imagine like you're in your 30s or whatever, and you're just living normal life, and then somebody says cut, and you were just Gary Oldman the entire time. That's how good an actor he is.
Oh, I think he's like Roger the alien in real life. Like,
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What was it, the 200 or something? Like, it's just like fucking Gary Oldman, like he's just like all over the world, living different multiple personalities all around the place. Like,
yeah.
It's like, is it going to be you when you get there? It's probably going to be me when you get there.
Yeah. He goes, okay, yeah, you know, here's a therapist or something. I'm going to go there and it's going to be you, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to show up and it's going to be you. And even sometimes he's like, honestly, Stan, I don't know.
Yeah, because that's Gary Oldman. Like, he probably recommends people to doctors, and they're just like, when you get there, she's Gary Oldman.
And you can't
get God damn it, Gary, you're not a real doctor. In mid-surgery.
No, like the gloves covered in blood down to the elbow, like, you know, Gary.
Oh man,
we got some cardiovascular.
Oh, it's like, who died? Everyone.
Oh God, that line.
But
anyway, so the menu, we have Ralph Fiennes on the menu as well.
Nicholas Hoult and Anna Joy Taylor.
He's a little bit typecasted now, Ralph Fiennes, with like, of course, Harry Potter, obviously huge. Probably where the most Ralph Fiennes related money came from by far. But he's like Red Dragon, and he has these kind of Schindler's List. God,
he's a very menacing bad guy, though.
He kind of is a very menacing bad guy. But it's that like authority.
It's not your fear you owe me, it is your awe. Do you remember
that? Yeah. But he just has that kind of presence, that fear that you don't know what's going on behind his eyes, but they're very, very intimidating.
Yeah.
And he was no different. Unfortunately,
he looks at you like a shark.
He does. He looks at you like a shark. And there, again, there's like when again spoilers obviously are coming, but
Yeah,
a
I'll
very
put it in the
simple scene where
description. I
she
really
where
do now as well.
Anna Taylor Joy's sorry, what was her name? What was her? She was going by Margot, I
Oh,
believe.
Margot, yeah, was her name.
It
Yeah,
was yeah, wasn't her name. Her name turned out to be something else, but she was going by Margot, and it'll
yeah,
do.
it'll do.
But
I
she was
believe you now.
she went for the cigarette, and she was smoking out the toilet window. And he just walked into the girls' room, and you're thinking, this is going to, well, okay, now like crazy stuff's going to happen. But it
Yeah,
wasn't. He literally just wanted to know who she was, and no, he did nothing. Like I know it was inappropriate to go in, but consider what's about to happen. This was nothing, you know.
yeah.
And then he just, who are you? Just who are you? And it's a very intimidating scene, and that's all he's saying. And I'm just thinking you have to have presence to be able to do
Margot,
it.
she's cast as Margot.
She's cast as Margot, yeah.
Yeah,
But she was she was excellent in it. Like I mean, I can't hate on the woman. She owns the world right now. But yeah, I didn't know where this film was going. You told me it was a comedy horror, and then I checked it out and it said horror thriller, and I was like, well, someone's lying to me. Turns out no one was lying to me.
it was like
Everyone was right.
so pretty much. I heard about this movie a little while ago. I hadn't got a chance to see it in the cinema, and it appeared on Disney Plus because it's a Searchlight Pictures movie, which used to be Fox, you know, and like it says in the description, horror comedy. That's why I said it to you, horror comedy. Remember, I said to you, I seen it's up on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's a horror comedy. It's up on Disney Plus because that's I was going from the description. I didn't know much about it. I seen the trailer a few times when went to see other movies in the cinema. You know what I mean? Like other horrors that I've seen recently in the cinema over the past few months, and I've seen the trailer for that, and the trailer didn't really give away much. But I was like, I didn't even really know it was a horror because the trailers were mostly teaser trailers. You know what I mean? They weren't really 3 minute long theatrical trailers. You know what I mean? They're like 30-second cuts, like, you know what I mean, here and there. And it just gave me the idea. I didn't know it was actual horror until I seen it on Disney, and I was like, horror comedy, it's like the menu. And I was like, I thought this was gonna be like a black comedy, like a dark comedy, you know, that kind of thing, like, and like, you know, that kind of way, like, so like the British humor kind of style, you know, that kind of way, like,
And it didn't incorporate it all at the same time. It seemed to
yeah,
shift, but not in a way that took you out of it.
yeah,
Like there was some moments that were like, okay, that shit was funny,
yeah, it's like,
and but it didn't take you out of it. But yeah,
yeah,
like with the British star comedy, it's there all the time.
yeah,
It's always horror and it's
yeah,
always comedy.
yeah.
Shaun of the Dead was always horror. It was
Mm.
always comedy.
That's what I thought it was going to be, something like that. Like when I heard it
Yeah,
was horror comedy, like, you know, I thought it was going to be, but like the way they did it was brilliant. It was just like, what's so funny about it is the kind of laughter you have when you're terrified of a ridiculous situation. Do you know when you're in a situation when you're in a situation because of someone's complete and utter poor judgment, or you know that kind of thing, and that where
yeah.
you're like, because it's so ridiculous. Like I'm not saying it, like pretty much the situation they've been put in is because of themselves, but like a lot of the ways, but like what he's doing is so insane that it's actually hilarious. If you know what I mean, like what's going on and their reaction to what's going on, how long it takes them to actually understand like that this is real, kind of shows the obliviousness of human nature, and it's fucking hilarious. Like, you know, because you be in that situation, like, wait, is this real? Like, because you're like, wait, this guy obviously he's famous, he's world famous. He wouldn't be just like getting his sous chef to fucking shoot himself in the face, like, you know what I mean?
The
Or like,
mess.
yeah, the mess, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking good. Like you'd never like it's in that moment. How long would it be in through the process before you go, yeah, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Or like,
Oh yeah. Oh, and
yeah,
that's the thing. When it, right up into the sous chef, he was. And don't forget that it wasn't just like if again in now. I only mean this inside the scope of a horror comedy. If he
yeah,
just came out and goes, "This one's called a mess," and shot himself, that would have been the
yeah,
mad shit you get in horror comedies. It's kind of
yeah,
funny, but but what he did is he broke him and
yeah,
then he killed himself.
yeah.
But he was always going to kill himself, so he was just like, "This is it. He's good. He's very good,
Mm,
but he's not great,
yeah,
and he'll never be great."
yeah,
And he said, and he asked him some kind of hard questions. You want to be me? And he kind of goes, no. Because then I think he'd lost some degree of the love or whatever, you know. And then, yeah, then he blows his brains out. And they're still trying to convince themselves, as you would, by the way, that it's pageantry.
mm,
Because you can't believe your eyes, you know, sometimes. And that's when I was like, okay, now I'm watching a film. Because I was a little bit iffy, I have to say, up to this point, that it was
yeah,
going to be just some sort of pretentious thing. And then I was thinking, okay, I'm into it now, but comedy it is not. And then there was a scene where they make all the men run, and you remember like the last guy hid in the chicken coop, and they gave him like a souffle fucking thing as a
yeah.
little reward for being the
Oh,
last guy
yeah,
off, and he takes it. And then
yeah,
it was all the women were inside talking to female waitress who had stabbed him in the leg with
Yeah.
the Ralph Fiennes character. And she was like, like, I could help you. I could get a restaurant off the ground. We just have to, like, it's just we'd have to get around that dying thing. She goes,
Yeah.
actually, the dying thing was my suggestion. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah.
And your man just grabs the bottle of wine and goes, fuck it.
Can I ask you a question? Fruit critics, are you against them or for them? And the way they do destroy businesses, like
That's the thing they do, and you know what I mean. I look. I always sometimes I think when you live in a kind of a world of cancel culture, sometimes I do. My opinion of it has always been like it's always been around.
Yeah,
always. It's not acting like it's a new thing, but the sensitivity of it has sometimes gone too far, or people who do bad things have been lumped in with people who do truly terrible things. And now, I always say I'd hate to be judged on my worst day. I'd hate to be judged on my worst moment, or but
especially because your worst day was when you massacred that village. Whatever.
That hoity-toity village. You clean up after my dog. But no, but I thought like, but food critics know I'd be against it. Like if you made me pick a side, just that whole like I found that this.
Just so vicious, though. That's the problem.
Vicious, and then restaurants are closing, and people's livelihoods, and but like people lose their jobs, which is bad. But whoever's invested in that place, like just trying to get a place off the ground, you're not liquid at that time. If you're established, maybe, but you're not liquid at that time. That's an awfully hard thing to do. And then you go bankrupt because somebody thought that and it was because there was a pinch, and maybe just their soup had a pinch too much salt. Or maybe it didn't. Maybe because just been an asshole.
That's why the extra salt is there.
Yeah, but
my one rule in life, and like I have few rules, you know what I mean. Every man has to have a code. # Omar, and but like it's like I always say, always treat people to serve you food nicely. Always, because they serve you food, dude. Like they could spit in that shit, like they could stir it up real good. You know what I mean? Trust nuts in there. But
always, second degree, they're human.
Yeah, service people.
Mostly the food thing.
No, man, like I'm saying, you should always be nice. Because even if they give you the wrong order, don't be a bitch. Just say, hey, you got the wrong order. But be nice to them, like, because they will spit in your food.
Oh, 100%.
And mostly because they're human, but also because they have the power to spit in your food or not.
Oh, I'd
treat them with lots of respect. 100%.
I'd be spitting in your food anyway.
Yeah, I bet you would. You'd like it like that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You vengeful salad. Bitch.
What's in a Caesar salad? Balls.
Yeah. I'd be like, Noel, I'd be like, Noel, go away from my sandwich. He's like, I'm like, stay away from it, you bitch.
But I have to say, the more this film went on, the more I got into it. Oh God, like, okay,
that's how a meal's supposed to
I'm always saying to you, I like a true.
Yeah.
But I always say to you, show me something I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And this film I haven't seen before.
Oh,
and sometimes
great cast as well.
Sometimes you've seen a film
like Zamo was in it too.
Oh yeah, of course you'd watch him in anything. I always loved him. And but you did have a nice displacement. But remember, there was the tortilla shells, and they had to use the laser. One guy's affair gets exposed.
Yeah.
One guy, but then there was the Cayman Islands. The second you seen Cayman, I don't know anything against the Cayman Islands, but if you see Cayman Islands and a cash amount, that's corruption. That's 100%. What movies is talking.
Allegedly.
It's a tax haven though, so pretty much.
Yeah.
But anyway, but those guys and them getting
sued with some shady.
But you had the douchebags, you had the foodie, you had the rich couple who just it's a status for them. You had the food critics.
Yeah.
And then you had the has-been who's trying to establish himself again. And it wasn't too many people. It wasn't too few people. Got it right. It was a nice, succinct cast where everyone got some decent dialogue. You got to know them enough.
It's kind of like a weird murder mystery, wasn't it?
It was. It was, yeah.
Even though there was no mystery to the murder, it was just mystery to the agenda or something.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And the foodie. Sorry, Chris played by B. Christopher Holt.
No, Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt. Tyler, yeah. And the fact that he knew all along, but he was such a foodie.
Yeah.
That he was.
Oh man, his scene. Spoiler warning, but his scene where he kills himself is incredible. Destruction of a person's personality.
I think the scene was so heavy when everyone's actually like there's really slow shots of everyone actually dying in the fire. Like they're on fire, they're strapped to their chair, there's nothing they can do. It's over. It's them just dying. That's heavy. And it was heavy. But him having to cook
Yeah.
was the fucking craziest scene.
Yeah.
Leaks. Get the man some leaks. Butter on the leaks. Inspired.
Oh man, like the destruction
Undercooked.
of
I
people.
remember it came up with like Tyler's bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking man, that was brilliant. Now that's what I mean. That was fucking
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah.
Undercooked lamb.
Yeah, man. It was so
Leaks for
fucking
some
good.
reason.
Do you think this was written by a chef? Like fucking hell, man.
I don't know. I probably not. Probably a case where you kind of like
Someone that worked in a kitchen or something.
you work the script and you have it and you kind of get it, and then you go to somebody and say, look, dude, I like food. I like eating in restaurants, but
Yeah.
I just winged it. Can you make this like
Yeah.
the deconstructed, the reduction, all these words that I don't really know what they mean.
Yeah.
and yeah, so I'd say it just the same way somebody probably gets a consultant when they're doing forensic shit. I'd say it
Yeah.
was exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Or just go on Google.
Or just go on Google. But see, the thing, you need somebody who's
There's lots
walked
of
the
cooking
walk.
shows. There's lots of
There
cooking
is, but
shows.
you need somebody that would walk the walk and
Yeah.
kind of go like, actually, that wouldn't be the case. This kind of restaurant and blah blah blah. You need someone who's walked the walk.
Yeah.
Definitely a consultant. Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
But I have never seen this movie before. I enjoyed the shit out of this
Yeah.
movie. I laughed at this movie. I thought this movie was really very fucking heavy at times.
Mm.
But you know when I always think what's really impressive with these movies, if they can make you feel all these very contradictory things, and one being very heavy, kind of morose, kind of whoa, that's fucking dark, and also like that shit's hilarious, and also that dark shit's hilarious, and not ever feel like it's taken me out of it, because there are a lot of different things. Sometimes a film just switches, and you kind of go, well, you're after taking me out of it a little bit. This film flowed, absolutely flowed, just start to finish. The pacing was perfect. The dialogue was excellent. The payoff was excellent. I actually wouldn't even know if I had to critique the film. I'm going to put it to you. Critique the film. Say something bad about it.
Something bad about it. No, I thought it was kind of genius at times. It just shows
Yeah,
you
that's
how.
what I mean. I'm finding it hard.
Yeah,
Like
if
it's not
you
like
watch.
I'm not saying it's the best movie I've ever seen. I'm not even saying it's in my not in my top 20. But I'm just trying to find it hard to say something that I didn't
Do
like.
you ever watch those cooking shows?
Of course, I have. Everyone has at some point.
Yeah, like,
even if it's just like it's not your TV.
Yeah,
so
my missus loves them, right? So every now and again, like, and I would watch them. Like, I do like cooking shows and the food on it is fucking savage. Gives you great ideas for things to make, like. But the way they treat each other sometimes in those shows is horrific. They literally do what they do. They get up in your face, they tear you down, they tear down your character, tear down your skill set, everything. They make you feel like shit, like, you know what I mean?
I do that to Sheila though as well. Like,
but like this
the bolognese is bullshit.
It's like throwing against the wall. But like,
I don't, by the way. Sorry,
no,
we just do. Domestic abuse, I think, is what we just described.
Well, no, I think it was an accurate accounting of events, is what happened there, man. You know what I mean?
Well, I do like bolognese, and
the truth will out. The truth will out.
You don't fuck with my bolognese.
More like bolognese.
Oh.
But like, I just think if you look at those cooking shows, that the craftsmanship and all the stuff that they put out there is incredible at times, but some of the meals they put together is ridiculous looking. How small the portions are for the cost,
and the breadless bread.
Yeah, and the way they treat each other, and the way they treat their underlings or whatever, for lack of a better word, and the way they treat like their staff and all that. And the head chef it's looked at like some sort of godlike figure, and like that's what this was. This was kind of like that turned up to its highest degree, that like where you have this kind of one person that's like a complete alpha over all these people that just like worship him. And how is that going to like really evolve if taken to a really like cult kind of almost feeling, where they're isolated away from everybody and they're literally living by his word and underneath his tutelage all the time, and become like this kind of like cult following for them. And that's kind of what happens in these kind of worlds. If you look at these kind of culinary shows, that a lot of the times the chef is revered. And if you look at that and you have a personality like his going through the world, and the way he's so apathetic to the world around him, and what way that can lead to the results, that can lead to. And that's what this kind of movie is. It's like it takes like that world, the way people like revere their head chefs in the culinary world, and the way they're very type A personalities, the very domineering personalities, right. And how that if you turn that up and that person's very apathetic to the world around them, what can happen, and that's what the menu is. Like, and it's
Yeah,
just
it's good actually. You know what? I
mm,
have to give you kind of credit there because I think you're making me think of it in a way that I didn't really think of it, and that was
yeah,
it's cultish.
yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
you kind of had a whole fucking thing where it was
Yes, chef, no chef. Yes, chef,
yeah,
no
yeah,
chef.
but
Yeah.
like yeah, like but like it was a place of worship because even the first time Anna Taylor-Joy ends up in a fight, it's like I won't be replaced, and I'm thinking like shit, bitch, you've got like an hour to live one way or the
Mm,
other, but it isn't. It was cultish.
yeah,
So you know what, and it's very obvious now, but it wasn't something I was thinking about when I was watching it. I was
yeah.
thinking that, but like you're right, is that cult of personality, and was that really domineering
Yeah.
kind of
And
thing?
if you just turned that up, even like that's what I'm saying, like really what movies do. Like if you look at Split, when people got offended by the way it was, they showed people with a dissociative identity disorder, like when they show people like that, and I go, no, but if you look at stories for so long, what they do is you get something from the real world and you go, what if?
Hmm.
What if? And that's kind of what this movie is with the menu. Is like they got to something from the real world, the type A person, and
Yeah.
what if it was taken to the level of a
But
cult
even like if
following,
you
like you
you
know.
keep it simple, an action
Mm.
film, the fact of the matter is, if Die Hard happened, you're not going to have one. It's an extreme
Welcome
scenario,
to the party, pal.
but it's an extreme.
Fucking
It's something
Bruce
taken to an
Willis,
extreme
legend.
scenario.
Get
Look at
well soon.
Commando. It's like, oh, he's really good soldier. He was like, yeah, but
Mm.
if 50 people are firing at my AK-47s as he's running in a straight line, there should be
Don't
a
wake my friend, he's dead tired.
they take it and they make it extreme, and of
Mm.
course when it gets into now I suffer with panic disorder, a very
Mm.
severe panic disorder, I might add, and I see shit and you kind of go, yeah, like don't worry, it's fiction, just fucking calm the fuck down, like
Yeah,
don't, like it's not about you,
yeah,
it's not even meant to make little of you, and I do
no,
get that people get zeroed out for this kind of shit, but it's just fiction. That's it.
yeah.
I just really don't think we should take it that seriously, and this film.
Kind of brought the mood down there now with your fucking feelings. Jesus.
Sorry, I must have been the beer I had.
Oh, he has emotions now. Oh, dude. I thought you're gonna be like the rest of us
All
and just
right,
die on
I'm
the
jacking
inside.
off under the desk.
Just die on the inside like the rest of us do. Jesus, nobody wants to be here.
You brought up this dissociative identity disorder. This is
Just
your disorder.
what's in me? It was Patricia. I nailed it.
Do you think that the breadless bread bowl thing? What would you call it? Was it the bread dish? It was the breadless bread dish.
Like,
Remember, he just brought it was just these little fucking tiny little dips with absolutely nothing else in them. Do you remember that?
remember the first course? It just looked like I don't know, fucking marbles or something.
Foam and it was caviar. There's
Yeah,
even
like
like one of the ladies kind of jokes. It's like, no, it is lovely. I'm not usually a fan of foam.
it's like, oh man, what do you think of that cheeseburger?
That was the best looking dish of the night. And although I
Greasy's
do
a
think,
motherfucker though, isn't it?
oh, Greasy's a motherfucker, but
Like,
just
you need greasy food, man.
good quality fucking mince,
Mm.
fried, some onions. I'm not a fan of onions, but the smart. It's how it's a good American cheese. Not a fan of American cheese, but it's the best cheese on a cheeseburger.
Yeah, because it doesn't break or something shit, he said.
Well, that's what he said. But also,
Yeah.
it just works. I swear, I never thought about it not breaking or break.
Yeah.
Just sits. I just think it works.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he knows, dude. He's
it
a
was
fucking
weird.
chef.
That's another good thing. It was a
Jesus.
clever thing in it. The thing is, etiquette dictates
Mm.
that she should be able to, if she was unhappy with the food, to order something else. And etiquette dictates that she should be able to leave it a doggy bag as well. Well, that's what we would call them.
Yeah.
I think that's what Americans call them as
Just
well.
get
Actually,
takeaway.
just get yeah, but like your in-house meal, you
Mm.
weren't able to finish. Can they take it with me? And they just let her walk out.
I have
And I
done
was
that,
thinking,
man. Like we went before to lunch before work, and I've done that where I couldn't finish it, so I kept half it for my lunch there. It was a genius move. I just asked the
yeah,
guy
of
to take it
course.
away. It was genius. Oh,
But
so nice.
it was an interesting way for her to get away
Mm.
because it wasn't going to be a Die Hard, was it? It wasn't going to be because even like one of the guys, one of the douchebaggy guys, kind of goes like, uh, we need to storm the kitchen. And one guy goes, "You think we're better with knives than them?"
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fucking hell, the chef will cut you up before you even
But like
fucking.
they live there. The
Yeah,
whole thing is that they live there.
yeah.
Like they slaughter and they like I mean they're up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. and they're 4 hours of prep. And this was every day. And your mom's like, "Do you ever get burnt out?" And she goes, "No, dude, nothing." Like as in You live and breathe it. There's nothing else. You don't favorite sports team, don't have one. Favorite music, don't listen to music. That's what they were. You
Mm.
know, it was more I
Cooking
think about it, the
cooking
more clever the
robots.
movie gets. You
Yeah.
never see a movie that clever in the horror comedy genre. Horror comedy genre by design is supposed to
Mm.
be a kind of
Goofy.
goofy take on very serious genres.
Cabin in the Woods was genius. It was so smart.
Cabin in the Woods is in my top 20 films of all
Such
time.
a smart movie.
Such a good movie.
Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
That was just a great movie.
So clever. So clever.
Yeah. And they did all the
The,
kids
the
accidentally
reverse
killing
trope.
themselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, well, whoever wrote that, man, fucking hell, genius.
Your man falling into the wood chipper.
Oh,
Man
man.
just running at him. All he does is sit.
It's so clever though. Like I didn't know what that was when I threw it on first, and like within the first few
Oh,
minutes,
I envy
I
you.
was laughing.
Just to stumble
Yeah,
into a Dale and Tucker.
yeah. I'd seen
Uh,
it like I think I might have seen the trailer, like a 30-second trailer, because I prefer to watch teaser trailers than theatric trailers if I can help it.
I've almost like bar can't helping to get excited. And you, for example, you was like something's coming out, something's coming out, and I can't help it. You put it into my sphere.
Yeah.
But I managed to find like the menu. You told me it existed.
Yeah.
I watched it.
I find
Nothing. I
movies
didn't know
all the
Ralph
same.
Fiennes was in it. I didn't know Anna Taylor-Joy was in it until I was thrown on, and they were like some of the first actors you saw, and I was like, oh, and but that's how blind I was. It serves me well. You don't have high expectations, you don't have low expectations, because you've been bit by both, haven't you?
Yeah, just go in blind.
You've been told something that's a great film. You go in and kind of going, Jesus, generic name person, John. That was not a great film, and then you kind of go, and then you got and been told something was terrible, and it's worked out for you. But I'm thinking neutral, man, blind, just blind as fuck.
Because I didn't even know much about it. I just said to you, like, it's a horror comedy. It's on Disney Plus. Like I didn't know. Like I didn't hear many reviews about it. I just knew the cast. So, like, you know what I mean? Because like I like that about movies. Because some people are like, oh, what's this movie about? And I'm like, I don't know, but I know who's in it. You know, that kind of thing. Sometimes I would literally watch a movie just because I go, oh, Denzel Washington's in this. It's like, what's it about? I don't know, but Denzel's in it. Like, you know, it's a pair of hands. Denzel's got me. Denzel's got me every time I fucking chew Denzel on.
There's another one of my actors.
Yeah, you know what
I'd
I mean?
watch Denzel. I'd watch Denzel read
it's
the.
like
read
you
the...
throwing the movie. Oh, Jamie Foxx. Oh, Jamie Foxx.
What to say? I'd watch Denzel sit down and read the Bible. I did.
Yeah.
He was in what's that film where he's blind?
Where he was playing. Oh,
Story of Eli or something like that.
The Book of Eli.
Book of Eli.
That's such a good movie.
Denzel movie. Just makes movies good. Denzel is the real deal.
Oh man, such a
Get your damn hands off
man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, like it's better to go in blind, and sometimes I actually really like to just pick a movie off the cast. So like if I don't really know a lot about movie, and I'll go like on a streaming service, and I'll go stars wherever the fuck Nicolas Cage, 100% him there. They're like, what's the movie about? I don't care. Nicolas Cage is there. Whatever's about's not even going to make sense because Nicolas Cage has changed.
Did
originally?
you ever see the episode of Community where it was like, is Nicolas Cage good or bad? And it breaks him.
Yeah, man. Nicolas Cage is either insane or world class. Like, and even that when he's insane, he's world class at being insane. I don't. And
there's a Venn diagram.
Yeah,
it's not like a here or here. It's a Venn diagram. There is overlap. There is overlap. I don't care what anyone said. Yeah, the second Ghost Rider was overlap.
Yeah, I will watch Nicolas Cage in
awful
movie,
genius.
Any movie. Like any movie.
Oh, that one where he plays the Dracula. I'm going to be watching this.
Nicholas Holt's in that as well.
Yeah, Nicholas Holt's in that as well.
Yeah, but like, man, I just like you think he's like when you have certain actors, like when you see Ralph Fiennes and you see like Anna J. Taylor. I know you can say she's overexposed, but she's in a lot.
She's like she's
no.
Career is soaring,
and you were just like a minute earlier, and you're like, "Fuck that, fuck her." You know what I mean? Like, and everyone was just like, "Whoa, it's a bit much."
Yeah. We probably had to edit most of that out, which is why people haven't seen it. Herb stomping.
She was in that movie too, the Edgar Wright movie, wasn't she? Recently, as a something Soho, was it? Last Night in Soho.
Yeah, Last Night in Soho.
That is an awesome movie.
I didn't watch it because she's in it.
Oh man,
I hate being overexposed actors, man.
Man, such a good.
You know what? You know what's the thing? I know we've gone way off topic. You know, even like Pixar are making a really fucking good movie. I'll just watch it. Just show me
exactly.
What were the one with the emotions in the head, and each one was like represented.
Fuck.
Inside me, inside.
Inside Out, no?
Inside Out, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden I realized, fuck me, like this is like the bee's knees of like like
We should
huge
do like
actors.
Polly Snatchers does Pixar sometime or some shit, man. That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, and just
it is
watch
exclusively a horror channel, so I think we'll have to find a dumb way to make that work.
is
But dumb will work.
Rankers episode. Do a special
Rankers,
episode. Yeah, just do it as a
boom.
bonus episode. People love
Yeah,
Pixar.
absolutely.
Who gives a fuck?
But also like I was like, you could have just given some young upstart or somebody who's kind of doing well in the indie scene. I wouldn't have not watched it because of that.
Yeah.
And that's it. You need that branding. There's a company now that I can't know what they're called, but they let go of like something like 800 staff, but they're still paying Matthew McConaughey 10 million a year to be an advisor.
It's very
And that's
wise though.
yeah,
Matthew
but no,
McConaughey,
no, no. But I'm just
Matthew,
saying, like,
Matthew
all these,
McConaughey's
we're
hero.
so like we need to hear like, oh, it's got McConaughey, Will Smith. It's kind of got like
Matthew
you need to have
McConaughey's
that. And
hero.
I hate that people are like McDonald's now.
Do you know Matthew McConaughey? Didn't he say his hero is him 5 years from now?
Oh God,
Yeah,
did he say that?
Yeah, at the Oscars, didn't he?
Fuck me.
Yeah, man, that dude's amazing. It's like, do you remember in Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh God.
Oh man, he's a legend. Yeah,
And he actually is a great actor.
he's a
That's the
great
thing.
fucking
Yeah,
actor.
yeah, he is. He's a terrific actor.
My favorite thing about high school, I get older, but the girls stay the same age.
They said, yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, man. All right. Man, he shows up in Texas Chainsaw Massacre New Generation, and like he literally squeezes in an all right. Like it's fucking amazing.
He released a memoir and didn't call it all right. It's unforgivable. No, I robbed that from the internet. Well, not rob. I just agree with it.
Yeah,
but I'm not trying to take credit for it.
Yeah,
but he's absolutely right. All right. That was a missed opportunity, an unforgivable one.
But like, what did you make of this movie? Like in terms of the kind of like the storyline we either kind of already looked at, and then but what the climax? Because we always say horror movies a lot of times they don't stick the landing. But watching this, because we were talking about a little bit earlier on in the text, like
I got a joke. Shut up. Always leave them wanting more.
Oh fuck! Fuck! Why do I do this voluntarily? Oh God! Why? Why do I do this to myself?
I'm too proud of it. You need to talk. I'm just too busy. No, I do. I thought it was
the setup for
it was another great joke as well. Like the biggest offense on offense on the senses or whatever. And he's probably right. Like the furthest thing from like fine, refined. Like like food, like they had the whole thing where there's shallots or whatever it was. They were like the really close to death, or their muscles or whatever, and they only farm them at the right moment, and they only like roast their beef for like 152 days, not 153 days.
Yeah. No, I think it was 153, wasn't it? 153.
No, your man said what happens at 153, and your man said, well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much like, the bacteria and all this. And
bacteria and all that. But I'm just saying, like, the guy lives in an obsession. So the s'more is just like, marshmallow over a fire.
What do you make of that kind of food?
I don't know. It feels very American. I've never had it.
Well, no. And like, not just a s'more. No, like, I'm talking about like these kind of really expensive restaurants where they have this like fucking, oh, look, our meat is like 152. It's like, it's really pretentious kind of way of eating.
Yes.
And like, a lot of the times the experience is almost identical to things that aren't like so pretentious. So why do you think it's just because of the status? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's massively because of the status.
Yeah, and but you know what it's like, the richer you get, the more disgusting your foodie. What's the fucking story that I know it's obviously better for you or something, but like caviar, people.
But I remember that fucking Tate fucker, that fucking guy that people got obsessed with.
Tate.
Yeah,
I'm an alpha man.
But he had this whole like I don't know much about him.
He's fighting ghosts in prison.
Yeah, he's fighting ghosts in prison and learn, or he's Dragon Fist. I heard that, but he was like,
hashtag
I only drink
water.
The only water I drink is sparkling water, because the water is it's rich person water, and it's the only water you have to pay for. So and then when people don't like it, I say, "What, you bitch? You don't like fucking bubbles?" And I was like, I remember just thinking, imagine peacocking that much.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, by the way. That word came into my peacocking. It's a great word, isn't it? Doesn't it just work? And it was just peacocking. It was just to be seen to be doing something because it's an established, and it's kind of gone like, oh, actually, this is like a 6-star restaurant. I'm actually friends with the maitre d,
Mm.
or like, and I actually have a table by the window and all that. It's status, man. It's status. It's status. It's status. And honest to God, if they brought you balls,
Yeah.
literally you'd eat them. And it's the same with
Yeah,
a lot of modern art.
some of those I was going to say some of those menus look like a round on Fear Factor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some of them fucking do. They look like
Yeah.
around the Fear Factor, and you eat it, and you'd be like, oh, the tartness of the poop
Yeah. I keep
against the
I keep mocking Lauren because we watch this cooking show there. What was it called? Easy Bake Oven or so, Easy Bake Challenge or some shit.
easy bake oven.
Yeah, it was like pretty much it was like they could only use ovens. Their ovens for a certain period of time. They had to like it was pretty much they had to oven make stuff and shit like that. And it was all about like oven making food, and they had to make things that you wouldn't normally make in an oven by only using an oven and shit like that. It was called. So like, and one of the guys every time he ate something spicy, he was like, "I wanted a little bit of heat." Here, a little bit. And he touched his neck and shit. Like, he's like because he wanted to feel it at the back of his throat. And every time I make something spicy now, I like be putting cayenne pepper on. I just turn around to the and he's like, I wanted a little bit of heat. A little
Yeah,
bit, like,
a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Like like those fucking shows. Like I love how like and I totally understand that that's their world and the way they love food is completely different than the way me or you. I don't know about you, but the way a lot of us, a lot of general public, like the way a lot of us would enjoy food, like the way like they're real connoisseurs. And I understand that, but the way they describe food sometimes for me is fucking hilarious. And I know they're trying to paint a picture with their words because they're trying to describe what they're tasting on their palate and stuff like that. So they kind of have to use these kind of words because they're very creative people and all this shit. But I just get a good kick out of like the fucking words they use. And it's like when you watch that movie, the menu, they kind of shine the light on that kind of shit, like how exaggerative a lot of these kind of shows are, these kind of people are, and how they're describing just a normal meal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like it's kind of like Ratatouille when the dude eats the fucking Ratatouille, like, and he's just like, and he goes back to, it's like it transported me back to my childhood. It's like, dude, chill the fuck out.
I said it to Sheila. I said it to their
Yeah.
she's trying to ratatouille him.
Yeah, yeah,
I said
exactly.
she is. There's like the whole thing at the end of rat, and she was like, "Make a rat cook," and I was like, "No," because she does. She just has these moments.
Did you ever hear that thing about that? It's like, is it like the dude? Is it not? It's not Gaston. Gaston was the guy who ran the restaurants, but no, like Gaston's from Beauty and the Beast. No, what was that fucking the dude's name? The film critic in that movie, but he was like pretty much he invested all his money in a rat-led restaurant or some shit, and like a rat only lived to be like 18 months old or some shit. They're like it's a terrible long-term investment or something. Man, I thought that was fucking amazing. Man, there's so many people online dissecting Pixar stuff and Disney movies, and it's just incredible, man. Some people are real Disney freaks, and I love them for it. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, and it's a really
Man,
good use of your time.
some of the best memes I've ever seen have been Disney Pixar related, man. Like fucking anything that bursts many memes is worth its time, man. But, but like so like with this movie, man, do you think that like as you said, she ratatouilleed him? Like what you what you think?
She
of the
did. That
film?
was it. She gave me,
Yeah.
but like but there was a couple of. This is the thing. A film with great dialogue.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, and you kind of like throw special effects at it and it looks
Mm.
spectacular. But a film will with just a really great line of dialogue that just makes you go like fucking hell, what a great moment.
Yeah.
And she just had that. She goes, she said no, and I can't remember what way she worked it up. She goes, you've no joy in your cooking because I love cooking. No, no, no. What you have is obsession,
Yeah.
and it really hit him, like
Yeah.
really hit him because she was absolutely right because she found that picture in that room of him with obviously about to flip a burger. He's got it on the spatula
And he's
and
smiling.
he's smiling
Mm.
and like and quite a warm smile, like he looks kind of like a very average guy who just enjoys cooking, and she used that, and he made this thing, and she genuinely did tap into that side of him, and I thought we might everyone live, which I thought would have been a little bit too light an
Yeah.
ending, but then they were like, no, don't worry, boo, we got you. Like, she gets to leave, but then we're gonna s'more everyone.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna go up first, so he's not like trying to like bitch out of it or anything like that. And then there was just everyone being. I tell you what, everyone being quite resigned to dying at that point was
Yeah.
quite heavy.
Even
I actually
earlier
remember
on,
just
the food critic, she's like, "We're going to die tonight, are we?" And he's like, "Yes." Like, you know what I mean? It's like like when you get to a certain point in the situation, like you'd be fucked sometimes. You just be
Yeah,
fucked.
but I was just saying, like, so there's like limitless wine available.
Mm.
Okay, well, you're like, I mean, I'm going to ruin the aesthetic for you because you're going to have to carry me to put
Yeah.
the smart. Like, I'm going to be just like a fucking gelatinous pile on the ground. Sorry, a reduction.
Yeah. As soon as she ordered that cheeseburger, I'm like, can I get a steak? I'm gonna fire
Yeah,
home my steak over
I
here.
don't know why everyone didn't jump on the wagon, but like, I
Yeah.
don't. I suppose he wasn't going to have it for everyone.
That burger looked greasy as a motherfucker, man. I don't care. Yeah.
But still, it was a classic American cheeseburger.
Yeah, greasy as a motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. But that's
Yeah.
what she asked
Oh,
for.
I'm not just saying it's a detraction in terms of what he was trying to achieve. I'm just saying it's detraction in terms of what I like to eat.
You love that shit. So.
I do not like greasy meat, man. Like, man, you get it just right and it's a tender, juicy shit, like, but you don't want it sapping with fucking grease, man. And you can feel your heart just going, oh, shit, he's doing it again. Shit. Hold on, fellas. Push it, you're like Homer in The Simpsons. And he's like, yeah, man, I've been there.
Oh, Smithers, my heart is beating like a jackhammer.
And it's just this like black atrophied fucking heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like that. Like, yeah.
So fucking good, man. Simpsons, man. Rest in peace.
Back then, yeah.
Oh, we're
All
doing
right.
Treehouse of Horror though this year. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we were talking about this recently, and so we've gone off the rails so many times in this that I'm just going to run with it now. But we were talking about what a great episode it would be, not even to rank them because that wouldn't work. I think just talk about them, or both,
Yeah.
or but just
Or
all
do
of this.
all of them one and release one a day.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Really
Oh,
milk that
they're only
motherfucker.
20-minute episodes. We could record 3 or 4 of them in one go.
Yeah,
4
true.
episodes in one go. We should think about it. We'll talk about it. We'll do it in post. We'll do it in post. But like, what do you think was a satisfying conclusion to a very like clever
Hugely
movie?
satisfying conclusion to a hugely clever movie.
She didn't have
That
anything to drink though with that burger, man.
Yeah, and there you go. That's the flaw in the film.
Yeah.
But no, absolutely fantastic film.
Like,
I can't really take anything from it. I'm actually trying to just for the sake.
what do you mean, like in terms of like detract something from it, like?
Well, see, it's a
The
bullshit
burger
thing
was
because you
greasy as a
shouldn't.
motherfucker. That's what I get.
But you shouldn't be looking for reasons to shit on a film.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
no,
didn't
you
feel
should
in my
always
heart and
be.
soul like it was a flawless film. But when I say why, and I kind of go like,
Yeah.
I suppose I'm finding it hard to put my finger on some, and I'm not going to make something up.
Yeah, your video it's cool. It's back. It's cool. It's back. We could hear you perfectly on the audio. Just keep going.
Yeah, so it's just I just thought it's not a perfect film,
Yeah.
which is fine. But I don't know what it is that I would detract and like actually say, oh, I didn't like this. I just thought it was a great movie. I'd recommend it to anyone.
What was your favorite course before we get the fuck out of here?
Ooh, what was my favorite course?
And what was your what was your favorite scene and what was your favorite course? And then you give me your answer, I'll give you mine and we go.
Yeah, fair enough. I thought my favorite scene was where all the men had to run.
Yeah, the manhunt.
Yeah, and the foodie guy, just thought like he could hang out because I'm not like them. Like I actually like
one of you.
Food. Yeah. And but yeah, well, they were all just getting hunted down, and there's that guy who just got the boat out. Like he had the boat, it was on the water, and they got him, and he was fucking raging.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah, you would be fucking hell, like And
I'd make them drown me, man.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. Like, especially, I suppose you didn't know what was coming. I assume I'm getting stabbed in the heart. They'd be like, yeah, no, fuck it. I'll take this shit. Let it end here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that scene was hilarious. I'll send help, and then they're all just like scuffling off. Yeah. I think it's a fucking island. Where do you think you're going? Like, and even if your man did get the boat out, like, I don't know how far they are from the.
Did he even have like
oars? I don't even think he had oars. No, I don't think he did.
But like, what was your favorite course?
Oh, what was my favorite course? Oh, I see it's gone. 1 second.
It's good. Yeah, just bring it back in.
I think my favorite course was the breadless one because I thought like that's the one that would piss me off. Like that's when I started to know that this is all going to go to shit. This shit that something terrible is going to fucking happen here. So I thought that was hilarious, and I think that's why it's my favorite course. And of course, the food critics were like, "It's positively fiendish."
Oh man, like the script is so fucking clever in this movie, man.
Yeah, script's good,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Good
it's
script, good
yeah,
script.
good script, man.
Everyone did their job.
Yeah.
The cinematographer, the director, the
Mm.
cameraman, the actors certainly, and including the kitchen staff. Like there was no weakness in this. Like there wasn't. Everyone did their fucking look at me.
Yeah, you're bleeding out. It's cool. Just keep going. We'll wrap it up in a second.
Yeah. But fucking everyone did their job. I thought it was
Yeah.
such a good movie. I really, really did.
Yeah, no, it's
What about
fucking
you? Your favorite course and your
my
thing?
my favorite course was the taco shells with the 3D the fucking laser
Oh, I should have. Yeah, I should have
yeah,
gone with
it's
that.
so
Oh, and
fucking
I just
good.
have to remember in the rock thing, eat the
Yeah.
rock.
Oh man, it's so fucking good, man.
Quite an eat your
Yeah,
rock.
like Nicholas Holt's one was it's him taking pictures when he was told not to take pictures, and it's on the taco
Yeah,
of him taking pictures. I picture him taking pictures, but like, because he talks about, I love that where he's just like, this is not good. Remember, and he's like describing his meal.
this is not good.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so fucking like my favorite scene is where he tears down Nicholas Holt. Like that is one of the most
Oh,
horrible scenes to watch where he's making the food, he's
oh.
rushing around, and that meat looks disgusting. Like, I'm just
It's my
like,
favorite and most hated scene.
yeah, that's
If I had the question over again,
executed so well.
it's executed so well, but it's
Mm.
hard to watch, especially if you don't deal with awkward. I'm bad at awkward.
Yeah,
But it was brutal.
yeah. Nicholas Holt's such a good actor. He's a really
Gets us
good
some
actor.
leaks. He wants some leaks.
Man, he's just like when he just walks off, doesn't he whisper something to his ear, and he just like walks off and like fucking literally spoiler hangs himself.
Yeah,
Like insane, man. Like man, like, and you only see later on when Anna Joy Taylor's getting away. Like it's man, that whole scene is so tense. And like Nicholas Hoult, I said second goes great actor. Ralph Fiennes, everybody knows world class actor, and the two of them are so good in that scene. And I'm like you, I hate watching awkward. Like even in life, I hate seeing awkward moments. Like you know what I mean. I can deal with a lot of other situations a lot better than awkward moments. Awkward moments make you really fucking cringy, and it kind of puts you outside yourself in a way that you don't want to be there anymore. Instead of you taking action in that situation, you're more
oh
like
yeah,
you kind
and
of
that's all you
retreat
have.
back into
The only
yourself.
tool you have is an action,
Yeah,
and that's an awful feeling.
yeah, because you're in a lot of awkward
Awful feeling.
moments. You're just
Because
like,
if you, I always say, like, if you were in a fight, I'm not talking a fist fight or something, just a verbal argument
yeah,
with somebody, and I was sitting there and I was thinking, shit, like the two boys are really angry with each other. At least you two get to be angry.
yeah,
Like, at least you two get to be expressing something. I'm the one who has to sit in this shit. It's the
yeah.
worst position.
Oh
It's the
man,
worst position.
yeah, it's horrible because like you're Switzerland, but without the Nazi goal, like you know what I mean. It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
you know what I
And that
mean.
was it. But it's what she met when he met everyone in the kitchen
Yeah,
stand around, and every single person there was a world class chef. Every
yeah.
single one.
Mm.
And
Well, except for the sous chef.
except for the sous chef. Yeah, yeah, no worries about
I know,
it.
but like he must have been a world class chef. It just was
No,
never
but see,
be.
they all were. It was
It's
just
not
they
about
weren't.
being world class, but being a Messi.
Yeah, exactly. It was
You know
about
what I mean?
yeah,
It's
that was
about
it.
being
About being Lionel Messi. Lionel
yeah,
Messi was surrounded by world class, but
yeah,
they themselves are still not Lionel
yeah.
Messi.
To be what was it like
LeBron James,
to be was
Tiger
it
Woods.
David Goggins says to be uncommon amongst uncommon men or some shit like that. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what the whole thing
King of
about is.
Kings and all
Yeah,
that kind of shit.
to
Like,
be to be great and all this shit, like to be the platitudes and
yeah, yeah. To be the platitudes and the cliches.
yeah, the cliches and the platitudes and whatnot, and insert this here. Look at it in post. I'll think of something wise to say. But like, yeah, like it's not man, it's such a clever movie. I didn't know a lot about it going in. Like, I definitely recommend it to people. Do you recommend anyone we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, no, I'd recommend it to absolutely anyone who
Mm.
likes horror movies at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, it hits you in a couple of different of the feels.
yeah,
And I honest to God, it's a bit of a whirlwind, but it
mm.
works. Never
Yeah,
takes you out of it. You never feel disconnected from the film. And it's hard to fucking do, man.
yeah.
I've seen it done badly many, many times. I've seen Transformers.
Mm.
But it's this is a fucking great film. I'd recommend it to anyone. Vinny, get
Mm.
us the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man, and like just a quick side note: if anyone has not seen The Whale yet with Brendan Fraser, holy shit, that movie's amazing.
Haven't
Check
seen it
that out.
myself.
Check that out. It's gonna break your heart. Everything about it's amazing. Brendan Fraser, hopefully he wins the Oscar because that movie is so fucking good. But anyway,
I'm all
everybody,
here for the Renaissance.
yeah, Renaissance, incredible.
Have you heard it? Yeah, no, yeah, it's called the Renaissance. Yeah, everyone's here for it.
Oh, amazing.
Nicest
Yeah.
fucking dude in fucking
Yeah.
Hollywood, you know?
Brendan Fraser, man, grew up watching that dude. He's a legend. But yeah, so hopefully he wins the Oscar for that movie. It's so fucking good. It would break your heart. Anyway, so this is Invasion of Potty Snatchers, and I'm your host, Vince Green.
I'm your host, Noel John Tui. And folks, if you liked what you've seen, even though it was a lot of it was just kind of like the vomit of a madman, please like, share, subscribe, talk to us in the comment section. We will check them out. We probably will reply to you because we're only tiny little lads. And we will be back shortly. Like, share, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that little bell button that I see people say. No, I think that notifies you if there's anything you missed. And thanks for watching.
See you next time, folks. That was the menu. Peace.
Peace, guys.
Want some candy?